Hey everyone, so this is my second Q&A on this channel. The first one that I did was last year or something, I don't even know. But I recently hit 1,500 subscribers, and so I put out a video saying, hey, I think it's time for another Q&A, and then I apparently waited too long, and then I hit 1,600 subscribers, and so I was like, whoa, that's 100 more. And that prompted me to do another video to say, hey, take two for Q&A, another one, since I got 1,600 followers, and then I've gotten a few since then, but I'm finally doing my Q&A. Alright, so first of all, thank you all so much for subscribing. That is the coolest thing, and I just am never I remember when I started my channel and I was like, man, it'd be really cool if I even got like 100 followers, 500, 1,000, and now I'm at like 1,600 and something, and it's just really, it's like growing every day, and I'm just thank you. But anyways, let's just go ahead and dive into these questions, shall we? So the first few, I have a bunch from Jasper Gem, so I'm going to answer all of yours. I don't know if they're in order because I screenshotted them all, but I'm going to put them all in. Alright, so the first one, how do you feel about the casting for Sebastian, how he's been introduced to the show? Oh boy, this was a long time ago. I love Sebastian. Will is absolutely amazing. I absolutely adore his self as an actor, and I love how he portrays Sebastian on the show, and he's just amazing. For the second one, do we have a fandom name? Did I miss that somewhere? If not, I demand an official fandom name. I'm sorry, I hang out in the K-pop stan world too much. It's a necessity. Do you mean a fandom name for, like, me? Because next, Mel from Books with Wings. Hello, Mel. She said, love this edit. My question is, what's your favorite lipstick? Also, if you would get the chance, would you live in the Shadowhunter universe? Ooh, lipstick. So I actually have a lot of lipsticks. This thing right here that's always in my, that's always in my videos, that is all of the lipsticks that I own. But my favorite, okay, so the first Urban Decay one that I ever bought was this brown one, and it's in the shade 1993, it's called. And it's the one that I'm wearing right now, actually, and it's like, it's just brown, and I really, really like it. And it's like a comfort matte, which is what it's called, and so like, after a while, it doesn't go down to a matte like it does in liquid lipsticks, but it does get semi-dry, and like it just feels really nice on, and I just really like the brown color, and I wear this color a lot. This is like my most worn down lipstick because I wear it so much. But then also I just got this Kat Von D one, and that I've been wanting forever, and so when I actually put the color on, I loved it, and I actually want to wear this tonight to when I go out to dinner, and I just really like these. This color is in Lolita, and I actually got this off eBay, but I like cleaned it. They said it was new, but I cleaned it anyways. And it just looks really nice. I wore this in the last Shadowhunters review that I did, and I'll probably wear it again tomorrow in another video that I'm doing. But I just love it. It's like a dark pink. Sometimes the pinks become like purples, but this one looks like a pink, like a dark, like pink, I don't know, and it's just really nice. But yeah, those I would say are my favorite, and then I've talked about the liquid lipsticks that I've gotten in that subscription service. I need to do it again, but these were the colors that I got, and I really like this brown one especially because I really like how they actually go on, like the actual product itself. And if you get the chance, would you live in the Shadowhunter universe? And yeah, I would. Honestly, probably as like a warlock or a Shadowhunter, because if I was a mundane, I like wouldn't know anything. But yeah, I've been reading these like the books since I was 12, and even when I was little, I'm like, oh my god, I want to be a shadow hunter. So yeah, I definitely would. Alright, so next question, it's small. ¿Cuál es tu serie de comedia favorita? I am not fluent in Spanish, despite the fact that I am Cuban and Mexican, and that really irritates me, but I do understand most of it. But what is my favorite comedy show? Well, I was thinking, I think my favorite is probably like Parks and Rec, because that's just a show that's oodles of fun. It's so funny, it's so lighthearted, and all the characters are just so great, and I've actually been wanting to like rewatch it. Next question, ¿cuáles son tus series y películas favoritas? Series and movies that are my favorite. Well, my favorite 80s movie is The Goonies, and that's just one of my favorite movies of all time. I have a poster. It's like back there in that plastic, and I've been meaning to get a frame for it. But that's my favorite 80s movie. I actually have a video on my channel of like my top 10 favorite movies, and so I'll link that down below. It's probably changed by now a little bit, but I'll link that down below if you want to check that out. I did it like a year or two ago, so I was younger, but I don't think my favorites movies have changed. But my favorite TV show is definitely The Walking Dead. That's my favorite TV show like of all time. Next question, do you watch BTS Home Party? What is that? Oh, that's what that is. I haven't watched it yet. I've seen a whole bunch of gifs and stuff of it, but I haven't watched it yet. I know it's on the V Live channel, and I don't know why I haven't watched it yet. I am slow. But yeah, I'm going to watch that, and then I'll probably like reblog a bunch of stuff that's on Tumblr and stuff. But I know that they have their they're doing their show, not the show, that like the thing when they're like in Hawaii right now, but it's like you have to pay for it, so I'm like waiting for it to come online so I can just watch it for free. But yeah, I need to catch up on all that BTS stuff because I love watching like especially EXO. Like they did EXO Showtime. I love that, and they really need to do it again, and I think they're gonna do what's it called, something coming up when they were in North America. Super excited. But yeah, I'll probably love that. I mean, it's BTS. Hello. Our next question. Do you think it's weird that BTS still has to share rooms? I mean, they're grown men. Privacy would be nice. They probably, honestly, they probably won't for a while. I know that a lot of the well, guy and girl groups, they have to live together for like a certain amount of time. I know that Big Bang doesn't live together anymore, like for sure, and they're older. And I also feel like they've lived together for so long, and like just watching them, they feel like, I feel like they're very attached to each other, and like they want to be together. So like, yeah, maybe it'd be cool for them to have their own rooms, but I feel like, or unless they do, like, I don't know if they mind sharing because of the fact that they're all just so close. Hello. Okay, I just put the front of my hair back because it was bothering me. And also, I almost feel like because the oldest one is Jin, right? And he's like 26. So I feel like if they weren't superstars and if they weren't like living this life as BTS, that as young people, they might even be like, if they were living by themselves, they would either be living at home with their parents or they'd be living out, but like with a roommate. So I feel like at their age, it's kind of inevitable that they would be living with other people regardless. But yeah, the next question, are you reading the new Cassandra Clare books or waiting till they're all out like me to binge all at once? I read them as they come out. Yeah, I just finished Lord of Shadows recently, and I have a video up for that if you have seen it. But yeah, I like to read them as they come out because I cannot wait. Next question, do you think gdragon has lost too much weight? Any thoughts regarding top? Gdragon, I feel like I don't think he's like ridiculously skinny, but he definitely has lost weight, and that probably is because of like all the stress that he probably has. He's on a world tour right now, so I imagine that that's really stressful, especially since like everything that he's doing, it's from him. He's one of the like bigger older artists that like a lot of the stuff he produces, and it's all from him. Also the fact that he's like the leader of Big Bang, and like Taeyang is going on tour right now, so I'm sure he's not like stressing about that, but like he's still, I don't want to say worry, but like he still has that on his mind that his other members are doing other things. And Top, I'm sure he's super stressed out about that because that's like kind of ridiculous what's happening to him right now. I mean, I live in the United States, and I know that South Korea has a whole different approach on like what he was charged for, what he got in trouble for. But yeah, I feel like it's really extreme what they're doing to him, and I know that he has dealt with depression and anxiety in the past, and is probably dealing with that right now. So I feel really bad for him. It sucks because Top is my ultimate favorite K-pop person, like in the entire K-pop world. I really love him, and so like I was really sad seeing that all this stuff was happening to him, and I know that he's not, you know, like super innocent and that he's like a child, but I mean, it is really extreme like what they're making him go through, and so I hope he like, number one, feels better soon and like it gets better, and number two, that like he doesn't get in more trouble. Next question, do you listen to Western music or just K-pop? Oh yeah, I listen to a lot of Western music. For example, right now, so I have all my K-pop that I listen to. I'm looking at my iTunes right now. I have almost 600 songs in my K-pop playlist, but all the people that I like to listen to, especially right now, I have Gallant, Halsey, Imagine Dragons, Johnny Swim, who I'm seeing in October. I'm so excited. I've been like fans of them for like 5 years, and I've been trying to go to see them. They're finally coming to me, and I'm finally old enough to like be able to see them because they were here, but there was like a 21 and up event, so I couldn't go. I was like, you couldn't wait just 2 months, but I'm 21 now, so I can go to whatever venue that they're at. I have like a Latino playlist where I have a lot of like J Balvin, who I love. I have Lorde. I've been trying to, or not trying to, I need to get all her music that she just came out with. Magic, who I've been a fan of since I went to go see Maroon 5 in 2015. Maroon 5, who I love. Maroon 5 and One Republic are my favorite Western artists, my favorite Western groups. I adore them. I've been fans for as long as I can remember, and I'm actually going to see One Republic next month. I saw Maroon 5 in 2015, so I'm just seeing all my faves. Next, I have Panic at the Disco. I also love them. I've been fans since I was like little. And then Young the Giant, who I got recently into. I'm actually going to go to their concert at the end of this month with one of my best friends. And yeah. Yeah, of course, before I got into K-pop, I listened to a lot of Western music. I really like alternative. Alternative is my favorite kind of music. I like pop music, but I really don't like what's on the radio. It irritates me. Like Despacito, great song. I watched the music video last night. It's legit. But with Justin Bieber, I don't like Justin Bieber at all. But yeah, I definitely like Western music and like Spanish music. I listen to everything that I can, really. Next question, do you watch anime? I don't like watch anime, but I've seen Attack on Titan because my brother is in love with that show and he really wanted me to watch it, so I watched it with him and I liked it. I really like that show, so I'm looking forward to the next season. Yeah, I know that there's other animes out there, so like if anybody has any, if you have any suggestions for what I would like, I really want to watch that Yuri on, something in Yuri on Ice with those like the figure skaters. I've heard that one's like really good, so I've been wanting to watch that one. Yeah, I don't really know too much about anime as a genre. I've just seen Attack on Titan and I really like that show also. Next question is from Jojo the Great Bibliophile. Bibliophile, not fire. What is up, girl? So what is the biggest dream you have and what kind of career do you want to have? The biggest dream I have, I honestly really want to travel to as many different places around the world as I can. When I was 15, so I'm half Mexican, and so when you're 15, the tradition is you have a quinceañera, and you invite the whole family, you wear this giant dress, and blah, blah, blah. My uncle, he was like, so you can do that, or I can take you to Paris. So I was like, yo, Paris. So I was very fortunate and blessed to be able to go to Paris. My uncle took me. We were there for 9 days. It was amazing. I do feel that I was really young to have gone, to like really appreciate everything. So I really want to go back and like experience it as an adult, because Paris is beautiful and I really want to go to all the different cities in Italy. I would love to go to like a lot of the places in Europe. Now that we're able to go to Cuba, because I am half Cuban, I would love to go to Cuba with some family. I want to travel to all sorts of places within the United States. I just really want to travel and explore and like experience different cultures and people and food and stuff like that. And I just, that's what I want to do. But then that leads into like money issues. So what is the career that you want to have? So that was a tricky one. When I first got into college, because I'm going into my senior year at the end of the month, but when I first got into college, I thought I wanted to be a business major. I ended up hating it. So I discovered journalism, and I remember ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be involved with writing and books and like storytelling and media and stuff like that. And so when I got into college and I started exploring journalism more, I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. So my GPA wasn't like extremely low, but I needed a 3.0 to get into the journalism media studies major. And I tried for a year to get my GPA up and it just wasn't working. And they don't tell you when you're like in high school that not only do you need to get into college, but you need to have certain grades to get into your major. So that was really hard for me and I wasn't able to raise it. So I petitioned to get into the major, got denied, which sucked. I wasn't expecting that. So then I was told about this other interdisciplinary major. And so it's basically like 3 majors combined and you get to like make your own major and you graduate with a bachelor's in liberal arts and sciences. And so I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, because my name on this channel is Yvette Eclectic. When I learned that word years ago as a kid, I was just like, oh my God, I love this word, and it just embodies me, because I like to explore different things, and I like to grab ideas from different places and different ideas and cultures and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to school for journalism media studies. I'm not going to major in that because I can't, but that's going to be one of my departments, and then English, and then history. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm actually really happy now with my choices and with my like what I'm going to do. So something along the fields of that career-wise. I'm not super stressed out about like getting an actual career, but it's gonna be something in regards to that. So I'm excited for my future. I'm expecting it to be hard, just because it is hard for us young people who are graduating, but it's gonna be an adventure. Yeah, thank you for your question. Next question: what's your favorite cartoon you watched as a kid? Who's the most underrated character in each series? TMI, TID, and TDA, in your opinion. Ooh, my favorite cartoon I watched as a kid. Okay, so I always remember when I was in first grade, Dragon Tales was the thing, and so I remember when in first grade I was like 6, 5, and my brother was like little. I'm 5.5 years older than my brother, so he was like very small. But I remember every morning when I would eat my oatmeal before I would go to first grade or second, I don't even know, I would watch Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales is always the one that first comes to mind because that's the earliest one I can remember. I know that there's other ones like Clifford and Arthur and stuff like that, but Dragon Tales was always the one that stands out for me. Teletubbies was a huge thing for me when I was a kid, apparently, but that wasn't a cartoon. All right, who's the most underrated character in each series? So TMI. I feel like in the books, maybe Alec was slightly underrated. I feel like Alec was underrated because in the show they gave him the power and they gave him the seat in the Institute. In the book they never did that, so I feel like Alec was an underrated character in TMI. In the Infernal Devices, I feel like Henry might have been an underrated character. He was just like Charlotte's husband, but he created like portals and he created glitter, and like I loved him so much and he was great. And I don't know if he was an underestimated character and like people didn't respect him, but maybe just in like his abilities. And then in TDA, I feel like maybe Drew is an underrated character. We got a lot more of her towards the end of the book, so maybe in the following book we're gonna get a lot more of her. And she's 13 years old, she's really young, but I feel like she's gonna grow up, and especially from now to when she gets older, she's gonna be a really amazing like shadow hunter and young woman in person. And I think we're supposed to get another like entire trilogy of where she's one of the main characters, so I feel like maybe Drew is a underrated character in the Dark Artifices series. But yeah, so next question, Ella Does Nothing. What is up? First, do you have any advice for people making videos who don't get many views on how to stay motivated and dedicated? Second, what are your thoughts on Ty and Kid from TDA? Ooh, yes. First of all, I would say honestly, I started this channel as like a primarily booktube channel, and I started it with the knowledge like, okay, I might not get that many views, I might not get that many subscribers, and I don't have like thousands and millions of subscribers still, I mean, which is what I'm totally fine with. So I would suggest like, if that's what you're wanting, just don't expect that, because it doesn't happen for everybody. Like even me, I don't have, you know, I have 1,600 subscribers, which is amazing, but it's not, you know, like millions and hundreds of thousands. But yeah, I would definitely say like if you're having trouble staying motivated, just try and do videos that you really want to do. So if you have an idea for something, if you see a tag, if you see somebody do something and you want to replicate it, do that. Like if you really want to do a certain video, then just do that, because like at the end of the day when I do my videos, I like to just look back on myself and like reflect, and I kind of do a lot of these videos for myself, because I just have fun doing them. I have fun sitting here and talking in front of the camera. I have fun editing it, as funny as that sounds, because you're not going to do this if you're not having fun. So like if this is a hobby for you, then it has to be something that you like want to do. You don't have to do videos every day, every week, even every month. If you have an idea from one week to the next, 1 month to the next, just do it like that. You don't really have to stay consistent. Just again, do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. That way it doesn't feel like a burden, you know? But second, what are your thoughts on Ty and Kid from TDA? I definitely ship it. I love them so much. I feel like Ty becomes a much calmer and like different person when he's around Kid, and Kid really likes Ty. And so I'm hoping, because they're like what, 15 right now, so I'm hoping that like become something in the future and that they can help each other grow. And I hope they don't become parasites, that way they're not in the same boat as Julian and Emma. But yeah, I definitely ship them. They are kids, so I hope that they do this a little bit later, even though like in the TMI books and everything, Clary and Jason, all of them are like 16. Yeah, I love Kit. He's a Herondale. I love all the Herondales. Yeah, next question. This is going to be a long video. So if there was one thing you can change about Shadowhunters, what would it be? What's your favorite TV show or movie? What is the thing you hate the most about the Shadowhunters show? So one thing that I could change about the Shadowhunters show, I don't know. No, honestly, I'm like seriously trying to sit here and think. I don't think I would change anything. Maybe they could add more fight scenes because they're legit. You know what? I do really like how the Seraph blades look. They look like a blade, but with all the runes like stuck on the blade. But I know in the beginning of in the show and in the books, they're described as being like these like white, almost transparent, like kind of swords that kind of come out. So I feel like I really like that, though, that original concept of the Seraph blade. So if they could like revert back to that, that would be cool, because I feel like that was just so different and I've never seen that before in a show. So like that would be really cool. What is my favorite TV or movie? My favorite TV show is The Walking Dead. My favorite movie, I don't have a favorite movie just because I have so many favorites, but I definitely have a favorite 80s movie, and that's The Goonies, like I said earlier. What is the thing you hate most about Shadowhunters? I don't hate anything about it, actually. I feel like all the actors and the producers and directors and writers are doing a really good job with the show, so I don't dislike anything about it. Next question, what did you think of the last season of The Walking Dead? So this last season was horrible, and I'm saying that because in the premiere, the lovely premiere of The Walking Dead season 7, they killed off my favorite character of all time, so I didn't appreciate that. I did a reaction for it and I actually put it online. I kind of regret that now because I'm literally sobbing my eyes out in the internet for everyone to see, and my friend likes to make fun of me for it all the time. But yeah, this season was definitely a change from the rest of the seasons. They were met with the villain that they had never seen before or like faced before. They lost people. They were faced with torture and all kinds of craziness. And Rick really went on a spiral, and he had to be brought back up from Michonne and from Maggie. And they were the ones that had to like be strong and help him get back up so that he can lead. Yeah, season 7, definitely a good season. Don't know if it's my favorite, just because I'm extremely salty about Glenn. But next season I'm looking forward to so much, because I kind of know what happens like with Negan in the comics, but I'm hoping that they kill him dead. I want him to be dead. I want him to be killed. Yes, I love the actor. I love him so much. I think Negan is an amazing villain. He's not a good person. I don't like him at all. Like, people who love Negan, I'm like, why? And that's probably just because he killed off my favorite character since the beginning. He's been there since I'm gonna get emotional. But yeah, definitely a good season. I don't know if it was my favorite season. I feel like my favorite one was the one before it, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like this upcoming season is gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be like all out war every single episode. Next is, what is your Patronus? Oh my god! What is my Patronus? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to like look it up again. I think I'm a dog. I think I'm one of the dogs that they did on there. You know what, actually, I have a video down below, or not down below, I'll link it down below, of when I took the test, so I'll link that down below, that way we can double check. But I think I was like one of the dogs, not the beagle, but like another one. Next is, what has been your favorite episode of Shadowhunters so far? You know what, honestly, the last episode that aired, I really liked that episode. I usually really like finales of like shows, just because like that's when the most stuff happens, things are going down. So I feel like the next episode of Shadowhunters will probably be my favorite so far, because stuff is gonna go down. It's gonna go down. This last episode is really good, and that was just kind of leading into the next episode, which is gonna be insane. And so yeah, probably the next episode, the season 2 finale, to be honest. Next question. First off, congratulations. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you too. I have no questions, just to thank you for your Shadowhunters reviews. I watch a bunch, but yours are always my absolute favorite. Aw, thank you. I feel so special. You're great. Thank you so much. But the next question, are you going to see Taeyang when he's here? I'm actually not. Big Bang is my favorite K-pop group, but Taeyang is my least favorite member for whatever reason. Not because I dislike him at all. Just Top is my favorite, my bias in the group. Gdragon is my bias wrecker. Top is my favorite, my ultimate fave, like, K-pop person, period. I love Daesung. I love Sungri. And I love Taeyang too, but like, I don't know, I just love the other 4, like, so, like, more. And it's funny because Top is, like, my ultimate fave. He's my favorite rapper. He's, like, the most attractive dude in all of K-pop, I think. Second is Kai, because, whew, it's funny because Gdragon is my bias wrecker, and he goes solo. He's on his tour right now. Youngbae is my favorite person on the group that's gone solo. I like his solo songs more than everybody else's. But Daesung is my favorite vocalist, so it's weird. But yeah, like, Daesung is my favorite vocalist. Taeyang is my favorite solo member. Top is my ultimate fave, and then Gdragon is just like, he is the epitome of K-pop, and he's great, and he's like so many different things. He's like a fashion icon, and he's amazing. But yeah, I think that might have been it. Thank you all so much for your questions. I hope I didn't leave anybody out. I don't think I did. If I did, feel free to yell at me, because I screenshotted them all. That way I can like put them in everything. But yeah, thank you all so much for your questions. I feel so loved with all of you asking me things. Again, just thank you so much. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in my next video. I'm about to go do a K-pop unboxing, so bye! I just really like Liza.